All right, guys, you have made it to day 4. Here's where we start combining all the properties. Okay, so these can be a little hard. Just take your time, one step at a time, and you'll get it. So when it's a combination problem, always do the parentheses first. So distribute into any parentheses by evaluating any constants in the calculator and multiplying exponents. Okay, so let's do that first. What's the power to a power rule? You multiply, right? So it'd be x to the 6th. And then I'm just going to do one step at a time. Okay? So we're done. And then, now, what's the rule for when you have the same base and you're multiplying? That rule is you add. Okay, so final answer, it's going to be x to the 10th. It's just putting like a couple rules together. All right, let's try one more like that. So number 2, exponent or parentheses first. If you have a power to a power, you multiply. So that's going to be x to the 6th times x to the 8th, right? This becomes x to the 8th. And then you apply the rule when you have the same base and you're multiplying, the base stays the same, but you add. So it should be x to the 14th. All right, so those are the easy ones. Okay, let's make it a little bit harder. Number 3. So same thing, parentheses first. So we're going to distribute, and with that you multiply. So it's going to be M6 D15, and then one step at a time, I'm just going to copy the rest of the problem. All right, and now let's use our rule when you're multiplying same bases. The base stays the same, but you add the exponents. And then let's do our D's separately. The base stays the same, but you add, so D20. That's our final answer there, M9 D20. All right, let's keep going. Okay, parentheses first. The 2 needs a little 1, and the y needs a little 1. And let's do our parentheses first. Okay, so distribute. So this is going to be 2 to the 6th power times x to the 18th power times y to the 6th power. All right, power to a power, we multiply. And let's do the same thing on this guy. They both need 1s, and then we distribute. So that'll be x2, y2. Okay, next step, what is 2 to the 6th power? We actually want to do that. 2 to the 6th power is 64. And now we apply this rule. Same bases, you keep the base, but you add the powers. And then for the y's, you keep the base, but you add the powers. So final answer is 64, x to the 20th, y to the 8th. All right, moving on. Keep going. Okay, now it's going to get a little bit harder. Okay, so number 5. Parentheses first. Let's do it. Let's give the 3 a 1. And let's distribute. Power to a power, we multiply. So it's going to be 3 to the 2, p to the 10. And then I'm just going to bring this stuff down, 4p squared. Okay, one step at a time. Next step, I think I would do, what is 3 squared? Let's actually calculate that. So it's 4p squared times 3 squared is 9, p to the 10. And then next, if you have same bases, it stays the same, but you add, so p12, and then 4 times 9. These are just normal numbers. 4 times 9 is 36. So that one's just 36p to the 12th. All right, let's try one more of those. All right, so this one, the 3 gets a 1. And let's distribute the 4 to both of these guys. So we got 3 to the 4, m to the 28th. And then I'm just going to copy this one down because it doesn't have parentheses. All right, next up, what actually is 3 to the 4th? So 3 to the 4th power is 81. So we have 81 m28 times 2m3. All right, now, same bases. We keep it the same, but we add, so 31. And then these other numbers that are left over, we're just going to multiply. 81 times 2. Those are just normal numbers. 81 times 2 is 162. So this is your final answer. 162 m to the 31 power. All right, guys, I'm going to stop there and have you try 7 and 8 on your own. Call me over to check them, and then I'll let you start the homework. All right, nice job.